Hi everyone. If you notice anyone that is suddenly collapsed on the way, okay, so what will be your reaction? So you will be calling some ambulance and you will try to take help from your neighbors so that the person can be rescued. Okay, so this is not enough. So normally we will practice this CPR for those individuals. So CPR it means the cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So this basically involved the turn into the non-functioning to functioning of this cardiopulmonary system. So here we'll reach to the patient and we'll observe whether the individual is properly breathing or not. Okay, whether his chest is expanding or not. So if chest is not expanding and the individual is not taking air, in the sense he is not respiring, so then we need to practice this CPR. Okay, so meanwhile we need to call this ambulance. So before coming ambulance reaches, so you need to support these individuals. Okay, so here first we will say what will be the conditions that the person may collapse suddenly. Okay, so here first the acute asthma attack. Okay, so next anaphylactic shock, hypoglycemic coma, convulsions, head injury and trauma. So these are the main possibility where the individual is going to be collapsed. Okay, so here normally in asthma, say for example sudden attack, so there will be a bronchial constriction is going to be take place. So resulting of that the individual is not able to breathe. So because of the lack of oxygen, so the individual is going to be fallen. So next anaphylactic shock. So this is again because of the hypersensitivity of the individual. Hypoglycemic coma. So when the individual is suffering with the type 1 diabetes mellitus and the individual taken the insulin, but the blood glucose levels is significantly less. So that conditions may lead to the hypoglycemic coma. Okay, so likewise convulsions. So rapid firing, irregular firing of the nerves. So because of some or the other reason, so this causes the sudden fall of the individual. So these are the various conditions. Okay, so here we have to first we have to see whether the individual is properly breathing or not. Then if he is not breathing, then we need to use this CPR. CPR is nothing but is an organized sequential response to cardiac arrest. Okay, so this is a organized sequential aspects. So here normally if the individual is not taking breath, so first we need to comfort the patient, and you have to hold this hand like this, and with this particular region, so in the middle of the chest you have to press. So by applying the force, so you need to press the chest. Okay, here normally if this is the chest, you have to press up to the 5 centimeters depth. So you are supposed to use that much strength to up to 5 centimeters, and normally 120 times per minute. So I mean to say, for each seconds 2 times you are supposed to press, so that the circulation is going to be regained. Okay, so here if still the individual is not able to respond, so you can create the artificial respiration. Okay, so that's helpful for the individual to regain the rhythm. Okay, once the individual regain this rhythm, then depending on the situation you are supposed to use various drugs. So those drugs are called as CPR drugs. Okay, cardiopulmonary resuscitation drugs. Okay, so here we will normally use depending on the situation. So normally when you when you are in the casualty, so there will be so many cases may arise. So maybe accidental, maybe snake bite, maybe the opioid poisoning, okay, pesticide poisoning. So various cases are there. So these to treat these specific emergency conditions, so a hospital should maintain some emergency medications, so which includes dopamine. Okay, dopamine is basically useful for the treatment of the hypotension and depression. Okay, whereas adrenaline it is helpful for the severe bradycardia and the hypotension. Dextrose for the hypoglycemic, so for the to treat the patient with the hypoglycemia. Calcium gluconate for the individual hypocalcemia. Atropine normally for the snake bite and even for the pesticide consumption, those individuals we use this atropine. Next, myocardial infarction. This is one of the commonest situation where the emergency situation. Okay, so heart attack normally we'll call it as heart attack. Okay, so in this heart attack, so the emergency medications includes that opioids, morphine, pethidine, thrombolytics, those agents which will break the thrombi which is formed. So example, streptokinase, urokinase. Next, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, example ramipril. So thereby the blood pressure can be controlled. So beta blockers. So again, to control to dilate the blood vessels, normally we use this beta blockers. Lidocaine. So this is a local anesthetics. So apart from these drugs, we supposed to use this fentanyl and naloxone. So these are the opioid antagonists. These agents are opioid antagonists. When the individual consumes excess of these opioid drugs, so to save those individuals, we are supposed to maintain this fentanyl and naloxone. Next, sodium bicarbonates. So this is specifically useful when the systemic acidosis condition. Okay, so because of the systemic acidosis, most of the vital organs are not going to be function properly. Okay, so apart from that, volume expanders. So in case of the trauma or accidents, there may be loss of excess of the fluid from our body. So it's so to replace this, we need to inject the volume expanders. It may be a simple saline or 5% of dextrose or various plasma substitutes. So that will helpful for saving of those individuals. Okay, hope this video is useful. Thank you.